This is Tembelihle Donjana, and you are listening to the K-Jazz Show with Ongwako on Kofifi FM 97.2.
Cape Town-based Italian singer and songwriter Francesca Biancoli strives for authenticity in the music she creates. Drawing from her lived experiences, her work reflects the daring and explorative style, including approach to music and a contemporary melting of jazz and neo-soul, offering audiences a fun and original sound. Francesca's origins are influenced by the Greek, Arabic, and Turkish cultures, which has, in fact, turned her and helped her to create a spontaneous and non-conforming musical path, creating music that is speaking to self-awareness, the beauty of multiculturalism, life, and spirituality in music. And she's had an incredible show last Friday here in Melbourne, Johannesburg, and joins us this morning as we talk about her life in music and get to listen to some music from her upcoming project. Kofifi FM, please help me welcome Francesca Biancoli, I beg your pardon, to the KJS Show. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone.
Welcome
to the show. Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you for having me.
It is great to speak to you. It is great to speak to you. You know, Francesca, let's start here. You know, you have a very interesting history. South Italian born, multicultural seaside, of Bari. I think that's a town, which mentioned earlier was a melting pot of cultures and experiences. Let's go back there for a minute and reflect on that part of your life.
Yeah. South Italy, it's a really kind of like how to describe the real Italy. I will not say that because I come from there, but I mean, if you think about Mafia's movie and all the stuff that you guys get it from the Americans, that's actually what you have in South Italy. So it's like a really like culture-y place, really loud, really colorful. People are really full of life and they are really open and really friendly. And there is a lot of like music and food and style. It's really, really deep in the culture. So I come from a beautiful place that it's on the sea. It's on the seaside. So Bari is on the seaside, which is kind of remind me a little bit of Cape Town. Maybe that was already in my destiny that I was supposed to be in a place that it actually remind me my hometown. But yeah, I grew up there and it was an amazing grow up. Like I come from like kind of like a poor family, and but I always had everything I need, and which is like love and support, which I'm really, really lucky to have. And then I moved there from Bari to the north of Italy, where I live and study music. Which was Bologna. And then from there, in 2012, I won a scholarship to come to South Africa, and just coming for like a month at UCT in Cape Town and study for like a month. And then after that, I just fall in love. Of South Africa. I just fall in love about people. I fall in love about everything. This country is just so beautiful and so rich of so many culture, and it's so interesting. Everything it's so interesting to be here and then exploring every day and know every day more about this country, which I'm pretty in love with. So that's like in a short way the move.
I'm keen to find out about the industry. As a musician moving from Europe, and you arrive in South Africa in Cape Town, and you arrive to an already existing almost industry or culture. How were you first received when you arrived? When you said to them, "Listen, I'm a musician too." How was the reception?
Actually, South African people were quite like open and quite friendly with me, and I never felt like that I was an outsider. But maybe because artists and other fellow musicians never make me feel like I was an outsider, because we speak one language, and which is music. So it was pretty much quite easy to be like in this industry, even though my English was -10, so I couldn't really speak English when I moved here, and so it was quite challenging. So for a few months, and let's say for the first few years, it was quite a struggle for me, because I couldn't really express myself, and and I felt all the time that I couldn't be myself totally. Like now it's already almost like 12 years that I'm here. So it's been long, and I know a little bit of Xhosa, like I'm trying to get deeper there and know even more about this country, because it's like I feel I am part of this land now. Like I am like slowly become one of you guys. So it's like I feel like quite accepted, and the industry it's really good. I mean, I guess the industry is the industry. It's all over the world, I don't think when people say, but how it is there, how is the music, I think it's more or less the same. You know what I mean? If you have your goal, and if you have your path really clear in your mind, you can be wherever you want, I guess, So
right.
I found that it's really open for people that have their own personality, and then they have their own music and artistic kind of whatever path. Like if you have that, it's like the people are accepting of who you are, I guess. And actually I saw that more about originality and be unique here. It's really important, and I love that a lot. So I found myself in a great space where I can be myself, and that's really, really great.
In the musical circles, and they refer to your music as gypsy jazz, and you and I were talking off air now, about what that is and what does it mean, in fact. And of course, still on that, whilst you were explaining what gypsy jazz or where it comes from, let's talk about the musical influences that you draw from, as an artist.
Yeah. So I don't know why they call gypsy jazz. I actually don't think my music is gypsy jazz, but gypsy probably because my name on the first album that I made was Zingara, and Zingara, the translation is gypsy. So probably I don't know, they kind of associate that name with what was my music. But no, I will say that my music is quite like a mix of influences for sure, and maybe for that we want to call them gypsy, but I don't know. But for sure there is some jazz, because my roots and what I'm coming from is jazz music, and then soul music, so neo soul, and there is a little bit of like kind of like indie. I will put there a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of electronic music. It's most of what I listen. Like I listen to different music, and in my kind of childhood when I grew up, I listened to so many different genres that I think I just choose what I like more, and then of course I am the product of what I listen in my growing up. And I will say for sure there is jazz, neo soul, and kind of indie inside the music that you guys can listen, and then can absorb like this kind of like colors. I will call it like modern. Like I will say all the time, I kind of like the association with music and colors and art, because I had like even like another path of my life where I was painting. So, and I still paint, but like I associate music really similar as color. I'm really a visual person, so there is a lot of colors in my music. And we want to call that gypsy. Let's call it gypsy. I'm happy to create a new term.
That's what I was about to say. Exactly that. Look, if we want to call it gypsy, you've started a whole new genre by yourself now.
Yeah, exactly.
And that needs to, I think we need to salute that as well, because that's taking the game to a whole new level.
Golden afternoon, let us sleep into a dream. This reason why. And I, heart to heart, instant drumming, constant humming, heart to joy of childhood. Listen to my heart. I will listen to my heart. Listen to your heart. And I know the reason why. And I know the reason why. And I listen to my heart. Listen to your heart.
Now, let's go back a couple of years, and the year is 2019. You released the project Ikigai, which was predominantly a soul and R&B project, which is, suppose, a very interesting introductory debut, as an artist. What inspired this direction? Why did it have to be R&B first? Couldn't it have been jazz, or was that intentional, Fanny?
Actually, no, it wasn't really intentional. I guess it's like, again, like when you write because you have a need to say something, and then the arrangement, like you try different arrangement for songs and see what can fit better the lyrics and what I supposed to say. So it was really, for me, starting by the title Ikigai. So I am really, really interested in cultures, and I've always been interested in human beings, in culture, and how other mostly like more indigenous kind of culture. So, but I think Japanese culture is really an interesting culture, and I've always been fascinated from when I was little. And I come across with a book called Ikigai, which was the meaning of, like, the sentence means so many kind of it had so many significant words inside. So Ikigai means the passion, what is your call, what you're making money from, what makes you happy, the struggle. This is in one word. And I found that so fascinating because I like when words have meanings and different layers. So in one word, you can have so much. It's just like so amazing. And why not put that as a title of an album, which it has a lot of different meanings for me. And there is a lot of songs about my growing up, about my family, about the relationship that I have with different people of my family, which was quite strong.
Yeah.
And I need to talk about it because when you grow, then you realize a lot of stuff of your childhood. I guess it's like probably when you're in your 30, you have all that coming back in a way, and I don't know, it just came out, and then it just took that kind of direction, which was quite, like, honestly, really natural, really organic. So
I love that. Of course, Kofifi FM, we're spending time with Francesca Biancoli this Sunday. She's a Cape Town-based musician and was recently in Joburg performing new music, which is of her upcoming project. That show was in Melville, ma'am. How was that show for you?
Oh, Joburg. I love Joburg. And I actually don't make enough time to come more often. First of all, I feel that finally I'm in Africa when I come to Joburg. And I feel so much loved, so much support when I come to Josie. And it's just amazing. Like, there is all this kind of like community of artists that are always in a room, and it's so beautiful. I see so many friends of mine write poetry, and there are people that write poems, and then a lot of comedians that it's friends of mine that are there, and artists, painters, and everybody is there. is so beautiful, and it's so refreshing for me to come to Jersey. So I always find myself really happy when I come there and perform in Joburg. And the people have they're just part of the show, which I found that finally what I wanted for my music. Like music, I make music because, well, first of all, it's my call and it's what I wanted to do because I express myself with that. When you have the people there are they in your room and they feel and they can share with you, you know. For me, that's why I do live. That's why I am a live musician. That's why I do this. I found myself as I am a sharing person, so I love that. So it was amazing. Melville was amazing. I love Melville. Like, I mean, if I move to Joburg, I will live probably in Melville.
Yeah.
And I had another show actually in Rosebank in a place called Black Bar Ship.
Okay.
Black Sheep,
Black Sheep, yeah.
like that. Yeah, it was amazing too. That was by I did a show alone. So before doing a show with the band, I did a show by myself, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
All of them were really, really beautiful, really amazing. And I just shared my new songs, which was really, really scary because it's always like, okay, this is my newborn.
Yeah.
Have a listen, just sharing with you my newborn. Do you like it? But yeah, I guess
the new EP, you know, it's almost like a call to action for women, an anthem, I suppose, that initiates the importance of laying difficult conversations out in the open. You know, what are we calling out? Yeah. So the new single of my EP that hopefully will come out this year in 2023 or possibly next year. It's a song that I have kind of like, how you say, it's like it was there in the back of my mind. Like the idea of the song was there in the back of my mind, but it took me long to kind of make it in words and in music, just because it was like such a delicate topic. And because it's about violence on women or violence in general when you get violated by someone. And I had different kind of engagement in my life when I was in a situation when I encountered this, and I didn't know at that time how to deal with that and how to react to that. And it was really make me really angry after and really frustrated. So for me was finally arrived the time to, okay, I'm gonna put this in word and music, and I'm just gonna share this with the people so they can probably relate it or not, but just sharing with them what I thought was the best to do, and which is like, just share your stuff, call them out. If something is not right, just fight for what you think it's right, you know, like, and just giving some hope or giving some kind of meaning or something to reflect on, you know. And this is called Call Them Out, because call them out. If something is not right, you need to speak up.
Why do you pick a game that makes me feel this way? I was still singing through my song. I never felt this way, so naked, ashamed, and still burns my soul. Please don't make me tell you again, I'm not your darling, you can't touch me, okay? Don't think about it, step back, don't let him touch you, don't be afraid, just call them out. Don't think about it, step back, don't let him touch you, don't be afraid, just call them out. This time I'm gonna tell the truth, never felt so. I froze in despair. How could you
Certainly, when you listen to the words of the song, there's quite a lot of, you're having a lot of conversation there. I think as you clearly outlined that it's something that you had to go through to know about and to speak about, and it comes across absolutely on that track. So
Yeah.
we look forward to sharing, of course, some of that with our listeners here this morning. And of course, let's talk a little bit more now about the project, the upcoming project now, maybe 23, maybe 24. What other conversations are you having there with us?
So the new album or the new EP, it's gonna be finally, I say this all the time because, all the time you open a new chapter, of your life. And I think an album, it's always, or an EP or a new song, it's a new chapter. And you move forward, Not that I don't want to look back. I always look back on my stuff and I still see that's my life. And so I feel that this new chapter, it's the most kind of like vulnerable of me even more. And I feel the most honest.
Yeah.
And of what I think the world is like. I write about a little bit about everything, politics and human behavior, relationship, what I went through. And I feel that this is for sure the most honest album the most honest album that I wrote. And I think people will receive it as more personal, and which is what is my goal. It's like I want that people get through the album and the songs to feel more like, okay, this is what she went through. I went through that too. And just be like a companion, because this is what is music for me. It's a companion, it's a friend. If you are down or if you are happy, you find something and like, oh, let me put that album makes me feel that. This music makes me feel this. So I want the same. I want that they think about my music, my album, about, okay, I want to put Francesca on because it gives me this. It gives me this. And I think I just want to talk really honest and really kind of like as I am. And then I think on this album finally will come out that part of me which was really like there in the back and say, can I share? I don't know, because I come across that I'm really a powerful person, really, really, like with no filters, but I do have a lot of filters, and then and then I have a lot of levels and a lot of deepness that not a lot of people can see, because I'm quite reserved actually. And then I kind of like, before I share something, I need to trust you a lot. And so for me, it's really, really difficult to be so open so quickly. And then I finally, possibly now on this EP, be finally more open, and then possibly people will see the real me. And it's quite scary, but I think it's the time to show the real me, which is quite a lot to handle. But I mean, that's what we are here for.
Well, we're grateful. We're grateful for initiating, the self-acceptance. Many people suffer from the same thing, and I think listening to the music as you place it in a way that it initiates the self-expression, self-acceptance, including the self-healing. That's the message that I think I want us to kind of leave and lead from when it comes to this new project. So we are really, really excited to hear it and listen to it and listen close and share it with all the people that are around us, of course. But speaking of people, who are some of the people that you've worked with on this new album, the new EP, as it were? Some big names maybe?
There is big names. I don't know. I think all the musicians there are around me are special musicians and special human beings. There is in one of the tune there is Sisonken Tony, which is a good friend of mine. Sisonken is a brilliant saxophone player. I think you guys have now, because he lives in Joburg. He is for me like one of the most talented saxophone player in South Africa, I think. And I really celebrate him. He's amazing. And well, there is my band. My band is all from Cape Town. The two members of my band, which the bass player is Zweden Dwandwe and Owetu Dwandwe. I think they are from Pretoria, and they are originally from Pretoria, and they are Zulu.
Yeah.
And
part of a band
and
called
my drum.
Kujenga, if I may say, no?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they are in Kujenga. They are, yeah.
Yeah.
And we have this project together for we play together for like 3 years now, and then just after lockdown. And then on the drums there is Kino Carso, and he's a really talented drummer players from Cape Town. And then possibly there will be different names on the album, possibly Benjamin Jefta, which is a good friend of mine on the bass, and he will be possibly in one of the track. And then I always collaborate with Riza Kota, which is a brilliant guitar player, and Keenan Orange is another good friend of mine, a brilliant guitar player too. I mean, there are so many amazing musicians, Nicholas Williams, and yeah, I guess it's gonna be mostly my band. So the four of us, we're gonna play most of the tracks, and there's gonna be some kind of surprise there in the middle, some brass, some violin parts. I mean, I have different idea, and we see what's gonna happen. Like I let the mystery there. I will not share too much.
Well,
I just share that it's gonna be quite spicy and quite intimate and spicy and chilly and then even soft and vulnerable. Yeah, I will say that.
Well, we look forward to all of it, of course, and we look forward to following the journey, as you realize the project, because I think as much as we love the end product, we'd love to see how it all comes together. So how do we do that on the socials? Please let us know your social media handles, and how do we keep up with you?
Yes, okay. I am on Instagram as Francesca Biancoli Zingara. Francesca Biancoli Zingara. Then you can find me. You can find my albums on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Bandcamp. I mean, if you type my surname Francesca Biancoli, you will find me for sure.
Thank you for chatting to us this morning, and of course, we can't wait to listen closer to the new project. And thank you so much for spending time and being so open and so candid and being so bubbly, around so early in the morning on a Sunday. And we wish you all the best, with the new project and realization of the project. And we can't wait for the finished product, as mentioned.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's just a pleasure to talk with you. You're so easy and so comfortable. So thank you for having me. Now I wish you the best for the show, and I wish to see you again and to talk to you again. And
Absolutely.
when the album is gonna be out, that you guys gonna listen and tell me what you think.
I look forward to that. Of course, she is a Cape Town-based singer-songwriter. Her name is Francesca Biancoli, and she was on the K-Jazz Show.